Hello, everybody. My name is Emily Kaufman, and I will be presenting my share grant project, Intersectional Perspectives and Pedagogies in the Environmental Studies Curricula. Today, we live in a time where it is more crucial than ever to address pressing issues such as climate change and social justice. One of the tools to do so is through education, but only if it actively challenges the systems of oppression that contribute to these issues. In my research, I seek to address the question, how can we reimagine environmental education so that it gives students the tools to understand environmental issues from a social intersectional lens, utilizing key components such as creativity and collaboration? After conducting research on environmental studies programs, as well as the testimonies of other environmental majors at the University of Connecticut, I argue that in the environmental studies program, specifically at UConn, is ineffective at fostering an environment for students to gain the skills necessary to tackle issues of environmental sustainability due to its lack of focus on intersectional and social topics. My motivation in forming this project was being a graduating senior who has become extremely frustrated with the environmental studies program, especially after witnessing firsthand a curriculum that has disregarded a diversity of voices and has often contributed to eco-anxiety. While I have had a number of influential and wonderful experiences in this program, I still left feeling incomplete and somewhat dissatisfied. To research this topic, I've analyzed 3 different areas of study. 1, I conducted a literature review with scholars who have studied environmental and social justice education. 2, I've conducted interviews with a variety of environmental majors from a diversity of perspectives in terms of race, class, and gender from the University of Connecticut. And 3, I have analyzed my own experience as a student in this program. In order to analyze this data, I've made a coded table to identify common patterns and themes in my research. From this study, I learned that there are common themes that must be addressed when revising environmental studies program. Programs often are, 1, disconnected from the experiences of students and folks of color. 2, come from a narrow whitewash lens that disregards intersectionality. 3, are anxiety-provoking, specifically eco-anxiety provoking, but for specifically students of color, anxiety-provoking due to the lack of representation. 4, there's a lack of representation and diversity, specifically with staff and students of color. 5, the program makes students feel isolated. 6, often professors and staff are disconnected from emotion. And 7, there's a lack of nuance and urgency. Overall, this study made me think critically about the necessity of having interdisciplinary, but also anti-racist and intersectional education. Environmental issues affect people, not just trees and plants, and disproportionately folks of color and those with other marginalized identities. Our environmental education must therefore not only highlight marginalized voices, but build community, collaboration, and creativity. If we're going to address these pressing issues, we must be equipped to think outside the box. The only way to do so is by utilizing our emotions, creative thinking, and listening to multiple perspectives. From this research, I've had the opportunity to present for the Association for Environmental Studies and Science, the AESS conference, and the importance of having intersectional and social perspectives in the environmental curricula. I've also presented my solutions to the environmental studies faculty and staff in the form of an infographic, as well as a more detailed solutions document. From this study, I learned that there are several common themes that must be addressed when tackling solutions. Please take a moment to read over the solutions I identified from my research. Moving forward with this research, I intend to share this infographic and push for real policy and curricula change within the Environmental Studies Department at UConn. I'm also helping to organize an environmental justice conference this spring with this research in mind, as well as plan on continuing interviews and other research in this area. I've discovered that I'm extremely passionate about the intersection of social justice, environmentalism, and education, and I plan to continue this into my future. Thank you,